Hey, Virgo, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2022 full moon reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Virgo and take a look at what this game-changing lunar eclipse and full blood moon in the sign of Taurus has in store for you. So just a friendly reminder, Virgo, these are general readings. Please do take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right. So Virgo, this is a very powerful moon. Not only is it a full blood moon, but it is an eclipse as well that takes part of a three-part series of eclipses that first originated back in November of 2020. So if you take note of the milestones, the achievements, the challenges, the healing, everything that you've endured over the past 2 years, you may see a lot of personal, physical, emotional, and spiritual growth that has occurred. Now, we will be concluding this three-part series in October of 2023, but this is the perfect time for you to bring things down from the air type of energy here of your ideas, of your creativity, things that you've been thinking about doing. It's time to bring them down to the earthly realm and manifest them into this 3D world. It's time to get proactive. This moon is in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is a very earthy, very physical type of energy. So you may be focusing more on finances, material gains, prosperity. This can be about your health and your body as well, Virgo. So I do feel for you, this is, your fellow earth sign here. And I'm getting that you're setting that attention on what it is that you want to achieve. The way that Spirit's been showing me this full moon energy is that bull, that Taurian bull, that sees that red flag. And as soon as that red flag comes up, that bull only has eyes for that red flag. There are no distractions on the sides. It doesn't matter if there's a million people in the crowd screaming and yelling and hooting. That bull only has the eye on the prize, which in this case is the red flag. So I will ask you, just as I've asked every other sign, what is your red flag? What is it that you want to bring down from that air type of energy to reality? What is it that you want to manifest here in the physical world? Set your eye on that prize and hit that go button. Set that laser focus and don't let any distractions keep you from achieving that prize that you have for yourself. Now you have Scorpio energy, Capricorn, and Cancer. Now you may have these placements in your chart. You may be dealing with others who have these placements in their chart, or you are just embodying the energy altogether. And we are in Scorpio season. And it says, reveal what needs to be seen. This is a very powerful energy because eclipses are about revealing and concealing. So anything that has been concealed to you, secretive, hidden, shadow work as well, things might start to show up for you to see what you need to, maybe what you couldn't see in the past. So again, revealing what needs to be seen. This is the perfect time for it in Scorpio season, which we do have that Scorpio energy showing up here. So there could be reveals. This could even be ideas that you've had that you haven't acted on or you haven't pursued action-wise. You may be revealing something or launching something to the world, whether it's a new idea that you're putting out into the universe, starting a YouTube channel. This could be also a new book or a new business idea or project. There's no perfect time than now to launch, to get proactive, and to set that laser focus. So again, whatever that red flag energy is for you, it's time to really hone in and reveal again what you need to do to get that ball rolling. I feel it's as if it's a dominoes effect here, where the more that you start to push towards something, you're going to see everything else falling into place here. But it's very important for you with this Capricorn energy to leave the past behind. And that's what full moons are all about. Now, during this full moon, it's a very important time to have maybe a healing ritual, a release ceremony to build new solid structures in this foundation, in this physical realm, but also to give gratitude for the blessings and for the things that you've achieved, and to be proud of yourself, Virgo, because you have overcome a lot of challenges. You have endured a lot, but the things that you have grown from here, I feel like you're leaving behind, whether it is a limiting belief, whether it's a job, whether it's a, a relationship, whether it is an old karmic cycle or some wounding that has occurred here. It's important to leave that energy behind because it doesn't belong where you're going, because you're opening up this new portal, this new shift within your life. And I feel like you're moving forward. It's important for you, though, with this Cancerian energy to push through any insecurities. Just as with that bull and that Taurian energy, that bull doesn't have any insecurities about hitting that target. He has laser focus on that red flag. So don't let any distractions from the crowd, right? When you imagine, a bull heading towards that red flag, the crowd's cheering and hollering. And I feel that you could have distractions. You could have people that may not always be cheering for you. You may have some setbacks, or you have had in the past. Maybe it's due to criticism, rejection. Maybe you've just felt withdrawn, lonely, or maybe you've closed the heart at times. But this is pushing through any of those insecurities and doing it anyway, because there's a high level of success that comes with you hitting that prize here, and you certainly will. So let's dive into your energy, Virgo, and see where your energy is at around this full moon, what you will focus on manifesting and releasing. We'll take a look at your untapped spiritual gifts and greatest strengths. We'll get messages from your spiritual team. And lastly, we'll take a look at action steps that you can take to continue growing on your soul's journey. So what do we have here for Virgo? Where is your energy at? Yeah, there it is here. You are moving towards calmer waters. We have the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands. So there could have been a situation that you have been going through, Virgo, that was less than ideal. Maybe it was your health. Perhaps it was a relationship with someone close to your heart. Perhaps this was an energy of your career or your finances or your wealth or your abundance that has been a little bit rocky or tumultuous. There's an energy here of Mars retrograde and Uranus. There's a very volatile energy showing up in the month of November, but it's important for you to keep your balance. Also, November 8th, which is that full moon energy, it's also midterm election day in the United States. And eclipses can be, again, about revealing and concealing. So there could be a lot of, at times, hostility, or there could be a lot of up and down type of energy. So this is saying, regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of what's going on in the world, try to maintain and keep that balance, Virgo. It's very important here with this Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles can be about multitasking as well. You may be doing a lot, especially when we have full moon in Taurus, and you are also, Virgo, you're also that pentacle, that coin type of energy, that earthy energy. So there's a lot that you're trying to accomplish and achieve at this time, but I feel like you'll be able to do just fine. You're able to do more than you thought you could, is what I feel here as well. Some of you may be pushing your body to the limits here, but in a good way. So you may be starting a new exercise regime. For others of you, you may be multitasking, going to work each day, taking care of the family or the household. Some of you may be taking a new class that you've put on the back burner. Some of you may be launching a new product or service to the world. I just feel like there's a lot going on in your energy, but release insecurities and leave whatever in the past that does not serve you. Let that go, because you're too busy to focus on the things that you cannot control or cannot change. And the Eight of Wands does talk about communication, messages. It could be travel type of energy. It could even be a move or relocating. The Eight of Wands is all about velocity. So there is a little bit of a busybody type of energy where I feel for a lot of you, especially because you've been in such a challenging transition here. The Six of Swords is you being divinely guided towards something better. And that's what I feel happening for you. So let's take a look and see what you're releasing. What are you leaving behind, or what should you focus on leaving behind here? What do we have for Virgo? All right, we have the Death card. Yeah, this is about you getting out of that limbo stage. This is all about you being able to embrace the transformation that has been happening and occurring within you here. There could have been a death of a situation or of, a way of thinking as well, but this Death card represents spiritual growth. And also the Six of Swords represents spiritual growth as well. So this can be about not resisting the change, not hanging on, because the Six of Swords at times, they can be oblivious to going towards a path that is unforeseen or that isn't in their best interest. And if you are in a situation right now, Virgo, that is less than ideal, it's time for you to take a different path, take a different course. Now, if you've been staying in an environment or a situation that is toxic or that is not healthy or it is not helping you grow on a soul level, it's time for you to embrace this change and move forward. Do what you need to do in order for you to not resist and not hang on. For some of you, that could certainly be speaking to a professional. It could be a coach, a guide, a mentor, an intuitive, an energy healer. For others of you, perhaps it's a doctor, it's a rehab specialist, it could be a therapist. So I just feel that it may take a little bit of a shaking up here for you to leave this past behind, but once you do, you will be so grateful that you did. You could also perform even a forgiveness or a letting go type of ceremony around this full moon, where you set your intentions on a piece of paper. What would you like to release? And you can burn them. You can leave them out under the full moon. So there are a lot of different ceremonies or rituals that you can partake in to help you fully release certain things that you're holding on to. You could also partake in a cord cutting ceremony as well if need be. But let's take a dive into your untapped spiritual gifts and greatest strengths. This is one of my favorite parts of the reading, is the untapped spiritual gifts, because we all realize that we have gifts and talents and skills coming into this lifetime, but we're not always sure what exactly they are. Or more importantly, we're not sure how to embrace them at their entirety. So I do feel for you, it's a very important time to tune in to the inner self here. Ground your energy. If you've been feeling a little bit spacey, foggy, imbalanced, if you've been even feeling cloudy at times with not having a clear direction, ground your energy, whether it's you getting out and walking barefoot in nature, whether it's you working with crystals, I'm seeing someone swimming as well. So swimming may be very, very important to your healing, or there could be some sort of aerobics, pool, lake, pond, or ocean that could really benefit you and help ground you as well. So there's a lot of different grounding techniques that you can partake in. But let's take a look at your untapped gift and your strength, and we'll see how the two can work together for you to manifest your dreams. 10 of Pentacles. This is untapped for a lot of you. So this may be something that is on your bucket list, or something you've always had a deep gravitational pull towards, is this 10 of Pentacles. This is a very powerful energy because it talks about stability and family. It talks about financial security, wealth, abundance, building a legacy that you can leave behind for your family, for your children, or for the people that you love and inspire as well. This 10 of Pentacles can be about family ties, long-term goals. It can also be about healing from debt, healing from family trauma, childhood trauma, inner child wounding, and also it's about you achieving that happily ever after, whatever that looks like to you. And some of you may be saying, well, Melissa, maybe happily ever after doesn't exist. Happily ever after is how we create and how we manifest. You can create heaven on earth. And I just heard that here for you. So I'll be curious. Maybe we'll pull that card as we get messages from your spiritual team. But You are manifesting heaven on earth here in this lifetime. So if this is something that you've been wanting, this family dynamic, this structure, this stability, this long-term financial health and wealth, it's something that you are slowly but surely tapping into, and you will achieve this. Perhaps this is what your red flag is. And actually, if you take a look at this is a big red coin. It's a big red pentacle. So pay attention to your stability, and I feel like you've been opening yourself up. Now they're giving me that 2-year mark as well, but also Spirit's been giving me that a lot of you have been going through a 7 or 10-year cycle, and I find that a lot of people go through cycles that last 7 or 10 years. So it could have been something that's happened 7 or 10 years. Now you do have the 10 showing up here, so it could be a 10-year cycle for you. Some of you may be even hitting an age where you may have a 0 at the end as well, or there could be something within 10 years you would like to achieve this status. You most certainly will, Virgo. Whatever that 10 of Pentacles means for you, it's your untapped gift that you will tune into and create here on earth in this lifetime. Now, your greatest strength is the Judgment. This is powerful. This energy combined, some of you went through a very challenging childhood or a very messy divorce, or maybe you were, I just heard, adopted, isolated, left out in the cold, abandoned. Some of you never had this family dynamic. Maybe you were an only child. Maybe you were emotionally disconnected from the rest of your family. But the Strength card is the Judgment. This is about your purpose, your calling. This is about you changing your life for the better. This is about you chasing that happily ever after and taking the steps to manifest and make that happen. So I do feel that this full moon for you is all about, again, setting that laser focus on whatever that red flag is here for you and allowing yourself a second chance to not criticize yourself, okay? Not to ignore your calling. There's a shift that's taking place for you, Virgo, and Spirit is saying it's time for you to heed the call. There is an awakening that is happening within you. So I feel that you cannot stay in these troubled waters any longer. If you've been struggling with scarcity or poverty consciousness, or if you've been struggling with your finances or your money, you're coming out of that with the 6 of Swords. For others of you, if you've been healing that inner child and you've been struggling with your own triggers, your own traumas, PTSD, and pain from childhood or from divorces or an earlier time of your life here, you're moving onward from that here. The Judgment card is about a second chance. This is your greatest strength, but you must not avoid the change. And that's what this Death card is all about. Spirit is saying it's time for this change. It's time for this transformation here. You deserve to be able to live a life of, manifesting what it is that you want: happiness, abundance, success, companionship, love, wealth for some of you, and happily ever after. And some of you don't believe it's possible. Some of you believe that maybe you deserve what you've been through. That is a false limiting belief that I hope you're able to release, because that's the furthest thing from the truth. Okay, because law of attraction is really high at this time. So the things that you focus on, and if you're focused on this new beginning and you're optimistic about this, you're going to reach this 10 of Pentacles. So very, very beautiful messages here for you. I love this combination. But let's dive in and get messages from your spiritual team, Virgo. Your ancestors, your guides, your angels, loved ones, pets, family who's crossed over. Let's see what is coming in here from the Spirit Messages Oracle. And we'll also pull from the Work Your Light Oracle as well. All right. And then we have Work Your Light Oracle here. All right. A lot of you are ready to embrace this change, but there may be a little bit of fear of, what if I fail? It reminds me of that quote, "Oh, but darling, what if you fly?" I feel like that's what it is, but it's the energy of, don't let the insecurities, don't let the fears hold you back, because you have wings. You are meant to fly. And I feel like you certainly will. Now, right away here, we have stay connected. And you have quite a few that came out here, but we have stay connected. This is about you making sure that you're not disconnecting from yourself, from source, from the universe. It says here, we're all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Remember earlier when I was saying don't give up on those dreams? Don't let lack of, or I don't deserve it, or I'm not good enough, or that stuck energy of not healing the wounds or not embracing change. Don't let that get in the way here. Now is an important time to reconnect to source, because you've come here in this lifetime with some big, powerful missions and soul purpose here, Virgo. It's time for you to really embrace this next chapter of your life. So stay connected, because your intuition is high and you're being divinely guided to move forward at this time. We have give back. So I feel like you are giving to the world, because again, this is a very tangible time to ground your energy into reality, into this 3D earthly realm. It's time for you to give back your skills, your gifts, your talents, whatever these are for you, which we just talked about, 10 of Pentacles, and your strengths is to maybe even give second chances to other people in your life who have hurt you, especially if it is family. And it doesn't mean that what they did was okay, but it could be about forgiveness as well. It could be about helping other people, whether it's your clients or your friends or even strangers. It could be helping them overcome their own trauma. Some of you Virgos are highly gifted spiritual healers. You may be on your own spiritual path as well with the Six of Swords, but it's time to give back some of what you have to offer, because your gifts are instrumental to the healing of the world at this time. You have let go. Remember, this is what that full moon is all about. And you have leave the past behind. Reveal what needs to be seen. There is a great revealing taking place here for you, and the things that perhaps you could not see, because take a look. She has her own hand over her eyes. She's creating self-sabotage for her own self. And I feel like there is going to be a lot that's revealed to you. If you weren't able to see it for yourself, you're finally removing that hand and you're saying, okay, this is what I need to do. I'm doing it. No more waiting for the perfect time. No more waiting for someone else to do it for me. No more hiding in the shadows. It's time for you to shine your light. And that's what this give back is all about. Letting go. Once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit, as we have only your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. So beautiful, powerful energy here. Next, we have self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, Virgo, there will be no stopping you. Just like that bull, right? The bull doesn't self-sabotage by getting caught up with what's going on in the sidelines or getting caught up with the noise or the distractions. The bull sets that laser focus on that red flag and goes straight for it. So don't self-sabotage. Don't let the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of love, fear in general, because as I always say, fear is just false evidence appearing real a lot of times. Yes, fear we need as a human because it helps us, not drive 500 miles per hour on the highway, and it helps us, know to buckle up and to take security and take precautions. But when it comes to making big changes in our lives, and when it talks about vulnerability and insecurities, fear has no place. Give fear that back seat here. So don't self-sabotage. Next, you have hope. And we talked about this in the beginning of your reading as well. Don't lose faith here, because there's always hope. And either you're coming out of a difficult situation, or you may be struggling with someone specific in your life, do know that there's always hope. And lastly here, we have love. And it says, love is the foundation of your existence. Thank you, Spirit. They're giving me the name Derek. Derek, if that is your name, if it's a partner's name, someone in the family, please take it as it resonates. Now it says, love is the foundation of your existence, and you're just as worthy of receiving and as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. Now, Taurus energy is actually ruled by Venus, just like Libra as well. And that Venus energy is all about love, but it's all about material things as well. It can be enjoying the beautiful things that life has to offer. So I do feel that some of you may be buying yourself something very nice in the month of November. You may be taking a trip if you're allowed to, or if you're able to. Some of you may be feeling in love. You may be embracing love, a love for what you do. Some of you, it's musical. You're very musically talented. You can see the music notes on her as well. But a lot of you are opening up your heart after a time of feeling like your heart was maybe on lockdown, or you weren't loving exactly what it is that you were doing. I feel like you're coming out of that energy here with the Six of Swords, and you're able to balance out everything just fine. Now, your final messages here from Spirit. We have, oh my gosh, we have break the chain. And it says ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. Hello, untapped spiritual gifts. Ten of Pentacles is all about ancestral healing. It's all about rewriting the future. You don't have to have this Ten of Pentacles in the way that maybe you've seen growing up, or maybe a past relationship or a messy divorce. It doesn't have to be the way it was in the past. And that can be what you're leaving behind here, Virgo. You have a second chance to do it. I don't want to say do it right, because you had to endure some soul lessons for you to evolve. But in a sense, you feel like you would rather move it in a different direction. You have that opportunity to do so. Spirit is saying here, break the chain, heal the ancestral wounding, break the patterns. You may be the first one in your family to graduate, to move, to not drink, not smoke, to bring about healthy rules and guidelines to raising your own children. You may show emotional love and support towards your own family dynamics that maybe you didn't see in the past. So whatever it is that you're healing, you're not repeating that cycle here. And that's what that Judgment card is all about. Next we have here, Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. You absolutely are. I feel like a lot of you know, even on a subconscious level, that you are rising up here. You are elevating your energy here, and you're opening up to your gifts and your skills and your talents, and you're going to be taking off and moving in a new direction, and it's going to be very, very beautiful. But it does require you to take the leap. You have the leap card showing up here, and it says, you go first. The universe will catch you. Ooh, I'm getting emotional because we just talked about that here. And there is such an energy of Spirit believing in you so much that, oh, if you could only feel a portion of how much Spirit believes that you can do this, that you have what it takes to jump forward, to embrace the unknown, to take a chance on yourself, to embrace this new fresh start, this new beginning. You will not fall, okay? Spirit will catch you. Very powerful energy here, especially with the rebirth. And oh, I love this for you, Virgo. Very powerful. Let's take a look and see how you've grown during this energy. And lastly, action steps that you can take to continue moving forward on your journey. So how have you grown? We just pulled that one. And then action steps. They actually want me to go again here for action steps. And one more. Okay. What do we have here? There we go. Thank you, Spirit. So we have here how you have grown. Temperance. You've learned patience. You've learned, even though some of you are saying, Melissa, I'm not very patient. I understand patience isn't a strong suit for a lot of humans. But this is saying here that you're learning how to moderate. Maybe it's moderate your urges, your impulses. Some of you, it's your own emotions, because this temperance can be about blending energies. And it's also about extremes. It can be an extreme in how we spend our money. It can be an extreme in our own feelings, our own behaviors, our own actions. The temperance card can also be about temperaments. Temperance here, about tempering our own feelings. And sometimes we need to rein in that energy, and we have to have self-control, whether it is not eating every single cookie that is put out at Christmas time, or whether it is not choosing something for a quick fix or for instant gratification. And if Virgo, that has been you at times, you are blending and moderating energies to bring in balance. There's reciprocity, there's equal give and take. And if there is not, you are doing something about it this month. There is this energy of you doing what you need to do to bring about balance, to bring about self-control. And there's something here with the old saying is actions speak louder than words. And this came up for another reading, I feel, as well. And maybe it was you, but consistency speaks louder than action. So there may have been a repetitive pattern in your life, Virgo, where someone wasn't consistent. They may have talked the talk and maybe once or twice walked the walk, but then it's like it just fell apart and there was no consistency to back up both the talk and the walk here. So I feel that there's finally consistency, whether this is you yourself or someone around you. I feel like there is finally that reciprocity taking place where you may be meeting new people that equally want to put in that energy and effort. This could be a healing between you and a person close to your heart. It could be a payout where you feel like you're putting in the energy into your career and your finances and you're getting equally compensated for that as well. Please take that as it resonates. But you've grown by gaining more self-control. And in order for you to continue moving forward on your soul's journey, oh wow, you must walk away gracefully. You have the 10 of Swords. Followed by, after you walk away, I'll tell you what's coming in. Let's talk about this for a moment. The 10 of Swords, a lot of times can be painful. It can be difficult. It can be challenging. But in this specific deck, I really love the 10 of Swords because it's not the traditional 10 of Swords where someone's laying on the ground and there's 10 swords stabbed in the back and it looks like a less than ideal situation. You've already had that, Virgo. You've already been stabbed in the back. You've already been through a dark night of the soul or a challenging time, whether it be through a loss of a loved one, a family member, heartache, breakup, divorce, or family trauma or personal trauma or challenges that you've faced or endured. This is about you walking away gracefully. This is about you saying to yourself, I've learned all that I can learn in a situation here, in a relationship or in an environment, and I'm walking away gracefully with my head held high. And that's what you're doing here. And once you do that, this is what's coming in for you. Double sixes. Wow. 6 of Wands, one of my personal favorites, and 6 of Pentacles. Sixes are about harmony. They're about problem solving. They're about loyalty. They're about responsibility. So again, when we talk about this Temperance card showing up as how you've grown into a responsible person. Now, I'm not saying that you weren't responsible in the past. Some of you are saying, you're right, I wasn't. Maybe you were with somebody who was irresponsible, or maybe you just didn't feel responsible for your own emotions, whatever it was for you. The 6 of Pentacles is about a gift from the universe. It's about reciprocity, which is what we've been talking about as well. It is about that equal give and take. So I do feel like Spirit is gifting you at this time, and we do have the give back card. I feel like not only are you a gift, you are a blessing, but you're also hitting some very wonderful achievements and milestones that you've set out for yourself, or you will continue to hit those milestones. But first, you must release this energy. Whatever this is for you here, leave the past behind, reveal what needs to be seen, and push through any insecurities and fears and do it scared. Very powerful reading, Virgo. I certainly hope it resonates with you. It's a very potent time of year. It's a very powerful moon. If I must say, it may be one of the most powerful times of 2022. That's what I feel intuitively. So make sure you harness this energy and you embrace this change that is showing up, and you hit the ground, not just hit the ground, but you're going to hit the ground running, and you're going to be able to balance everything up just fine. But don't let distractions or external influences impact too much of your energy. Set your eye on that prize, on that red flag, and you will be instrumental in your future. I hope this resonates, Virgo. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I am sending all of you beautiful souls tons of love and light. Thank you so much for tuning in.